Araroa Trail is a long distance hiking trail in New Zealand.
From Cape Reinga in the top of the North Island, all the way down to Bluff in the bottom of the South Island.
Distance is approximately 3,000 kilometers,
which is a very long way.
I started on 90 Mile Beach, and that's probably one of the hardest psychologically to do because it's monotonous. It is very hard on your feet because of the hard sand surface, and everyone gets blisters. Move into the hills, which is subtropical rainforest. You get down to Auckland, where you have New Zealand's biggest city. You have an urban environment which you go through fairly quickly, and then you get into the Waikato area down towards Hamilton, which is a farming area, and then you get down to the central North Island where you have volcanoes, you have more forest, and then you get down into the Whanganui River where you have kayaking, and you have a huge influence of Maori history. And then you get down to the lower part of the North Island, the Araroa Ranges, where it's big mountains. You get across Cook Strait into the South Island, and yeah, again, more mountains, more beach forest. You get open tussock land, you get big areas where it's just open, almost desert, you know, it's so dry. And now we're getting to the lower South Island, old gold fields, and yeah, and more mountains. So I can't choose between the two. That's putting me on the spot. I'm a New Zealander.
So dreamt up and completed in 2011 by a bloke called Jeff Chappell. So new, most Kiwis don't know about it, only the Kiwis that it impacts, like where you come through, but it is gaining momentum. There's more and more people from overseas coming. I think this year as well, record number of Kiwis on the trail, and that's as well the appeal of it. I wanted to do it before it becomes even bigger. And as a Kiwi, I think it's a pretty special thing to have done in my own country.
And why did I choose it? I don't know. For an adventure. I was looking for a big adventure in my life, and I thought, yep, I can do that. It will be an interesting way to see my own country.
Alors moi j'ai commencé la photo il y a 2-3 ans en Australie, un peu par hasard, et je suis vraiment tombé amoureux. Et à partir de là je me suis dit, j'ai envie de faire de la photo, où est-ce que je pourrais aller pour me régaler? Et j'ai tout de suite pensé à la Nouvelle-Zélande, mais comme j'avais déjà fait un parcours un peu classique en Australie, je voulais changer un peu, j'ai commencé à chercher sur internet, et je suis tombé sur ce trek. Ça m'a convaincu tout de suite. Et à partir de là, j'ai commencé à économiser et à préparer mon trip. Donc ça fait 2 ans que je suis en train de préparer ça. Et je suis pas déçu.
So it was a dream of mine to walk a long distance trail for the simplicity, for the adventure, the experience, and I looked into doing one in the US, the Pacific Crest Trail, It's the first one I looked at with the visas, and then I thought, well, I'm a Kiwi, and I started researching it, and why wouldn't I do one in my own country first? I'm from an awesome country, there's mountains, there's lakes, beach, variety, and I found out about the TA and I said, that's what I'm going to do.
2 reasons really. I was a little bit nervous of retirement because I didn't want to accept the mediocrity of retirement. Playing bridge and golf just didn't really do it for me, and also challenged myself health-wise. I'd been, as a child, I had part of my lung taken out, so I've actually only got one lung, and that's always hampered me a little bit, and I just wanted to see if I could spread it over 6 months and get fit, and I have. I've actually beaten the odds, and I feel really excited by that.
I think there is the small things like the physical challenge of it. If you have blisters, if you have injury. I was really lucky I didn't have much of either of those. But I think it's mental, totally mental. Your body will do what your mind tells it to do.
Et puis, est-ce qu'on est prêt aussi à marcher toute la journée pendant aussi longtemps? C'est quand même 6-8 heures de marche assez physique. Et en fait, quand on y pense, c'est comme si on enchaînait une semaine de randonnée dans les Alpes, mais là, tu fais fois 10, fois 15, puisque tu le fais pendant 15 semaines. Moi, ça fait 3-4 semaines que j'ai commencé. J'ai rencontré personne pour le moment qui a renoncé, ou qui a arrêté, ou qui a pété les plombs, ou qui s'est dit non, c'est pas pour moi, j'arrête, c'est trop dur. Je crois que tout le monde, une fois qu'on est lancé, on trouve la force, on trouve la motivation de continuer.
Goes through a down period, and it's like you're doing the same thing over and over, or there's a part of the trail that is not so interesting and it changes so quickly all the time, but you have to remember why you're there, and it's just kind of like everything in life with attitude. It's how you look at it. But I didn't find anything so hard that I couldn't overcome it. It was more just like, oh well, that's funny, having a sense of humour about things as well. I'm happy to do that. Oh my god, are you okay? Yeah, you gotta just laugh. Nothing's above humour. Yeah.
C'est pas tous les jours qu'on a l'opportunité de passer 3 ou 4 mois dans la nature, seul avec soi-même, avec ses chaussures, son sac à dos, sa tente. C'est quelque chose qui peut faire peur, parce que tu as marché toute la journée, tout seul. En fait, il n'y a pas que marcher d'abord.
For sure, the trail is about the people you meet as well.
How do you feel?
Very good. Yeah, perfect morning.
You're meeting different people from different parts of New Zealand, from different cultures, different backgrounds. That's New Zealanders. And then also meeting all the overseas walkers as well. Again, people from different backgrounds, different cultures, languages.
Et puis, il y a une espèce de solidarité entre tout le monde. C'est vraiment une communauté de marcheurs. On partage les mêmes problématiques, manger, dormir, marcher. Et c'est vraiment chaleureux quand entre nous, on se retrouve tous le soir, on campe aux mêmes endroits, où on partage des huttes dans les montagnes.
I learned a lot from people I met, and I want to be more kind people and more good people.
And sharing the experience with other people has been hugely rewarding.
You're just like everyone else. There's no difference, absolutely no difference. I'm just totally inspired by that. I absolutely love being here.
I didn't think about the fact that I was a girl a lot of the time. You are around other people. When you're by yourself, you're like, I'm getting experience, I'm getting these skills, I'm a badass. You feel awesome. You're like, yeah, I'm walking the length of New Zealand.
To walk this, the TA at this stage is the best time in the world to do it, because I used to have a sore back, sore legs, sore hips, blah, 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 sore feet, sore everything. I don't actually have any issues now. You're walking the equivalent of a half marathon every day. You're living a really healthy lifestyle.
Because a lot of the time you don't think about it, and then someone you might meet who's not like, doesn't understand what you're doing, or you're doing what? You're walking the length of New Zealand, and then they say to you, oh, and you're a girl, and it will be the first time that it comes into your head. Yeah, I am a girl, and what? Like, yeah, you're a badass, you can do it, girl.
Because I'm surrounded by all these fantastic young people. These young people inspire you anyway, and they don't treat me any different to a 20-year-old. I'm just equal to them. This age means nothing when you're out here, absolutely nothing. Gender means nothing. Whether you're married, whether you're not married, nothing. Nothing matters. It is what it is. You just are. And it's an incredible opportunity to be here, and a privilege.
So I think first, if someone is in doubt about doing the TA, it's kind of like anything in life. If you don't, at some stage, just go for it, then you're never going to know. You'll just know what you have known, but you have to just take that chance to go.
C'est vraiment challenging, mais si on a vraiment envie de le faire, un petit peu de motivation, envie de découvrir une nouvelle culture, un nouveau pays, il faut vraiment y aller, et ça va être 4-5 mois de bonheur.
don't know. For me, I look at it as it's a journey through my own country. And I have discovered things about my own country that I didn't know. I have discovered things about my fellow New Zealanders that I didn't know. I've discovered my own history. So yeah, it's in that way it is. It's been a journey of discovery for me.
No bad days. For me, no bad days, but I think that's about attitude as well. So it's like a sentence, it's not one thing. But even if I think of, people ask like, what's your worst day that you had? What's your absolute worst day that you like weren't feeling good? And you struggle to think, and then you come of a day that was challenging. For me, it was a day between Mercer and Rangiora on the North Island. I was always on the wrong side of the electric fence, but still, this day was great. I had a laugh. I was laughing at myself. It's, as I said, sense of humour, it's important. I had a great pie. I met some amazing people, and the sun was shining. Life is good.
Oh, I can't even think of a proper word actually. You can't, because people who haven't done it don't really get it, do they? You have to have that experience. The experience is next to nothing. I can't even describe it. I can't even start to describe what it's like. It's just beyond explaining. It just is. It's amazing. And you're walking along, and my father was in a death march across Poland, and I often wondered how he could manage that. He was one of 200 to survive out of thousands, and I often wondered how he could survive. And when I've been doing this, sometimes they get long, tedious, boring, and I think back to him, and he told me once, he said, it's neither hard or easy, it just is. It just is. It is. It's neither hot nor cold, it just is. And if you can just deal with it is what it is, then anything's possible. It is what it is. And it's the most amazing experience to reach that level of understanding, and life becomes very simple, very easy, and very beautiful.